Let's face it, Marvel has been on quite a generational run of epic video games. I mean, look at their lineup. Spider-Man, Marvel Rivals, Marvel Token Fighting Souls, and very soon to come, Marvel's Captain America and Black Panther, and even Marvel's Wolverine. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Marvel is going crazy, and that's not to mention what they're about to drop towards the end of the year. But during this time, I can't help but be a little bit nostalgic for DC. DC Comics were brilliant, in fact. Who doesn't love Batman? Who doesn't love Superman or The Flash? But their games have been lackluster, to say the least. I mean, there has been there has been one very exceptionally good game to come out of DC, but Warner Brothers and DC have not been going through the best of times as of late. And in my melancholy, I decided to go back to a lot of nostalgic shows. And one show that popped up, and the show I don't remember finishing, was a show called Young Justice. The premise was a ragtag group of superhero teens form their own miniature Justice League and go on their separate missions outside of the senior level of the Justice League. The show was amazing. The show was absolutely sensational, and to be honest, it still holds up till this day. Which had me thinking, what would happen if a studio somehow, somewhere, took the Young Justice IP and made it into a video game? Hear me out. When I was thinking about this idea, I thought, how would this work? I thought basically you can start the game off with the top 5 of popular sidekicks and heroes. For example, you can start the game with Batgirl, Robin, Aqualad, Red Arrow, Artemis. Basically the OG Young Justice team. But then I got into thinking how the game would work. Obviously, each and every hero is going to control very differently and have their own strengths and weaknesses. But I thought, why not take it into a Mass Effect type of system? You ensemble an entire team to do one very dangerous mission, and before you even do the one dangerous mission, you have a whole bunch of missions to do in between. Now, before you even do those missions, there are certain characters that you can pick before you head out, and those characters can aid or hinder the mission, depending on also their strengths and weaknesses. I think the Young Justice game could really benefit from something like that, especially if you're playing with a 3-player system. I would love to see different sort of combos and coordinations. But of course, each mission has to play differently with different characters, and also it would have to challenge the player depending on the character they've chosen. Another interesting aspect that I thought could be added into the game was a relationship system. No, nothing like that, but just more team morale. If a mission goes well, the team morale boosts. If a mission fails, the team morale decreases. And eventually, some team members might strike out on their own. DC has so much potential. They have a whole arsenal of young heroes that can be used for incredible enjoyment in a game like this. I mean, think about Superboy fighting alongside Aqualad and Robin, or Artemis fighting alongside Batgirl and Superboy. The matches can be endless and people can find their own main team and secondary team, but that is basically the fun in it. You play the game your way. Each mission can be played drastically different from the next person. And at the end, it's the player's responsibility to keep the team together or watch it all fall apart. A Young Justice game, especially now in this climate, I think would fit brilliantly. It would be a great way to introduce new players into the DC universe, especially if you're going to be talking about the Justice League and their heroes, but it would be an incredible way to play a strategy game with well-known established DC heroes. The possibilities can be endless, and of course it can lead to endless hours of fun, not to mention the replayability to play as every single hero is definitely going to be there. I just hope whoever does take this idea on doesn't do the same job as Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. I mean, the story was great, but every character played the same, which was very disappointing. But anyways, I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think a Young Justice video game would work? What else would you like to add? I would love to see what kind of games that you guys have in mind from established franchises or games that you thought up by yourselves. And of course, if you like this sort of content, please like and subscribe. This has been your boy Samson, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe and peace.
Stop being a bitch and come on!